Triumph Church here, the Kinloch family. Let me begin by saying that on behalf of the PuLSE Institute, Detroit's national independent anti-poverty think tank, we have a couple of folks from the PuLSE Institute, from our leadership, Attorney Tina Patterson here as our Inkster Police Chief, William Riley, Senior Fellow at the PuLSE Institute. One of the happiest moments for us earlier this year was when we named the Reverend Solomon Kinloch Black Church Lecture Series, who is a product of the woman we are celebrating here this morning, Mother Janie Cousar Kinloch. So on behalf of our National Advisory Panel, Dr. Bernard Lafayette, National Coordinator of the 1968 Poor People's Campaign with Dr. King, and the current Chairman of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, Dr. Arun Gandhi, grandson of Mahatma Gandhi, a member of the board of the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital of South Africa, Sister Simone Campbell, an ally of Pope Francis, who is the leading Catholic social justice voice, former White House spokesman Robert S. Wiener. These are the board members of the National Advisory Panel of the PuLSE Institute. We say to Reverend Kinloch and the Kinloch family here this morning, we are with you and accept our deepest sympathy. If you're here this morning just for a homegoing, then you're at the wrong place. There's Black history in the making today. When you look at the program, it says Janie Cousar Kinloch, honoring the life of a Black cultural matriarch. Or in the era of the Black Lives Matter movement, in the era of the national reckoning on racial justice, there's no better example we can lift up than this Black woman who was born in Dillon County in South Carolina, one of the headquarters of the Confederacy, born picking cotton, working on the plantations, helping to build the American economy, helping to build what we called the free market enterprise. When Milton Friedman wrote notions about free market enterprise, Milton Friedman did not know about Janie Cousar Kinloch. You know, Karl Marx said the economy is the substructure of society. But we don't talk about those Black women who walked on the fields, on the cotton fields, who toiled from dawn to dusk, building the American economy. So we declare this morning that Mother Janie Cousar Kinloch was a founding mother of this republic. It is time that we advance the debate and have the discussion and push the scholarship that Black women who toil in the slave plantations, they were not invited to the Constitution Convention in Philadelphia. Thomas Jefferson did not know about them. Benjamin Franklin did not know about them, but they toiled from dawn to dusk, building this economy. And that's what she did, picking cotton for what we will now have. The genius of the American economy, we're told. You got to understand how this economy works. But what they don't tell you is those Black women who built the economy, the real founding mothers of this republic. So when we talk about founding fathers, let's talk about the founding mothers. Let's talk about the founding mothers. Let's talk about a great American called Janie Cousar Kinloch. Let's talk about a daughter of the American South. Let's talk about a survivor of Jim Crow. Let's talk about somebody who told her kids, do not walk around with your heads bowed down, but your head up. Mother Kinloch, she understood when she said to her kids, don't walk around with your heads down. Or she was channeling Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who said, up you mighty race, accomplish what you will. Walk around with your head bowed down like you're a slave. That's what we expect. That's what we call a true matriarch, who instilled authenticity and gave voice to our kids. And by extension, they gave voice to this community. When you look at this edifice, it is not only a religious institution, it is a cultural institution. And the great shepherd of this edifice, Solomon W. Kinloch Jr., has stood up in this community as a man who would not compromise his principles, but who can use the Bible on one hand, and the Constitution on one hand, to challenge the hypocrisy of the modern era. That is the product of Mother Janie Cousar Kinloch. There's so much embodied in the life that we celebrate this morning. So if you're here for a homegoing service, this is the wrong place. This is a celebration of black life in action. This is black history in action, because we are saying goodbye. We are rendering history's final verdict by saying goodbye to a true matriarch of black culture, somebody who did not have a distorted perspective on black life. Some of us are so twisted. We have a distorted perspective on black life. Sometimes, Reverend Kinloch, you can tell. You're like, where's that Negro from? You ask that question because he's so twisted. She's so twisted. Mother Kinloch understood. She understood what it meant to pick cotton. She understood what it meant to survive Jim Crow. She understood what it meant to go through the difficulties of life. And her life exemplifies the best of the black experience, the best of the human experience. Or in the African tradition, we raise the elders. She's an elder, a gallant elder, and one who has played her part. She saw the truth in what William Shakespeare said: life is nothing but a stage, and we must each come and walk away. And this is her testament. Let it be clear. We have to let people know. We have to let the world know that those black women who toiled in the plantations, those are the real founding mothers of the Republic. They are the real founding mothers of the Republic. We can advance the debate. And when we advance the debate, the principles of the debate should not be based on the foundations of white supremacy. We say hell no about that. It should not be. Mother Kinloch's life was the definition of critical race theory. They're telling you critical race theory is bad. How the hell can it be bad when it's black women who toil from dawn to dusk? How the heck? Mother Kinloch's life is the definition of critical race theory. And we want the public schools to be clear about that. You're not going to run away from critical race theory because it is important. It is about the black experience. It is about the struggles. It is about racism. It's about slavery. All the indignities that black people were subjected to. She is the definition of critical race theory. Get that. When I sat down several days ago with members of the family and I was listening to stories of triumph, stories of dignity, goodness, and how she went beyond the confines of her own family to embrace other kids, to embrace other family members. And I was listening to them talking, sharing with me these stories of victory and what she meant to them. And I was just kept on thinking as I went back home to my study, and I was trying to see, looking at the pages of history to locate the appropriate place for this matriarch, for this black matriarch. I could think of no other person than Nelson Mandela, who said, a triumph of the human spirit, a demonstration of man's humanity to man. And that is what Mother Kinloch has demonstrated, has lived that life, a triumph of the human spirit, a demonstration of man's humanity to man. I'm finishing. We were told she was a great cook. Oh, you know she's an African woman. Oh, you know cooking has been central to the black experience. Get that. Oh, they said she will cook and gather the children. She will bring them around the table of life. Because in cooking, you can weave the personal strands of history into a collective sense of history. She did that. I said, oh, yes, she's an African woman. Yes, she is an African woman. You know, Reverend Kinloch, I was 5 years ago, I was going to the Whitney Plantation to pay a tribute at the Whitney Plantation on a pilgrimage in Louisiana. I stopped at the Dookie Chase restaurant on the south. We are told that Dr. King used to visit Dookie Chase restaurant and eat with Leah Chase and others. Because cooking has always been central to the black experience. Mother Kinloch has all the attributes that define what a black cultural matriarch should be. Let me end with this. You know, at the turn of the century, Paul Laurence Dunbar whose writings inspired Maya Angelou, described Frederick Douglass as an individual who was no soft-tongued apologist, and that she answered thunder with thunder. That's what Paul Laurence Dunbar wrote. And when you look at the life, I was listening days ago about Mother Janie Kinloch and what her life represented. They told me she was opinionated and that she would answer thunder with thunder. And she was no soft-tongued apologist. She will tell you, in fact, they told me that she will tell you that if you have something to say to people, say it in their face. Don't say it behind their back, you hypocrites. She made that clear. Because like Douglas, she was no soft-tongued apologist, as Paul Laurence Dunbar wrote at the turn of the century. That's what Mother Kinloch represented. The best of us. The best of the black experience. And let's be clear, this service is Black History in Motion. Black History in Motion, she epitomized Black Lives Matter before the slogan, before it became a slogan in this era. Let it be clear, she is a founding mother of this republic, and we're here to say goodbye and render a final verdict of history to this founding mother of this republic. Thank you so much.